the studio.
Yes.
Oftentimes we are in the field, scouring the world for all the wonderful things to bring back to you, our listeners. But today, we're in the studio chopping it up with the subject matter experts that come our way. They are absolutely phenomenal when it comes to their areas of expertise. So if you're not going to read it in a book, guess what? We're going to give it to you right here, right now, so that hopefully it will inspire you to do your own research. It'll inspire you to dig a little bit deeper. It'll inspire you to get your own stuff checked out to make sure that you are living an optimal life. Lady Guns
Yes, sir.
is here in the studio with us.
Thank you.
Michael is here in the studio with us.
Excellent.
Michael teaches people
Uh-huh.
how to breathe.
So, totally on radio, that sounds very pornographic. So I'm going to need you to not breathe.
No, we're trying to increase ratings.
I didn't train him.
It's like, yeah,
Yes.
we're going to make it happen today. Michael, you doing wonderful? You good today?
Oh, we're not started yet.
We absolutely are.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Yes.
Tell us about yourself. What do you do?
What do I do? Well, you say I teach breathing. I do. I've studied breathing for about 40 years and own breathing.com since 1997. And I discovered after attending several health medicine forum meetings where there were 7 practitioners interviewing one patient that nobody talked about breathing. And this went on for about 7 weeks in a row, which means 49 different health practitioners didn't talk about breathing with this one patient. And I called him on it. I says, you're not talking about breathing. I can see they've got dysfunctional breathing from 50 feet away. Nobody said anything.
See, that's that. That's dysfunctional. There's something wrong with that.
No, that's also called hip hop.
Oh, okay.
That was Mike for your listeners,
okay.
but definitely me for
Yeah.
the viewers.
Interesting. And you were saying, Michael.
And basically, they about the 7th week, the head guy came up. He was an MD, a Duke MD, and he said, "I think you're finally getting through to me," because each time I would mention at the end of the forum, and it was like silence. Nobody got it. Nobody said,
Right.
Oh, really? Nothing. I did this 7 times, and finally Len came over, and he said, "I think you're finally getting through to me." It took me 7 times, and he wanted to learn.
Great.
He was an MD whose wife had been saved, a nurse had been saved by alternative.
Okay.
Right.
Conventional
Okay.
MD, wife saved by alternative.
Wow.
He wanted to learn, and
Right.
it took him 7 times. Most people shine it on. They don't think it's a problem until they can't do it anymore.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
breathe.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and then nothing
Yeah.
else matters.
Pretty much.
And the quick solution is always it's asthma, or it's they blow it off as just something common. You got a stuffy nose, or you got a chest cold or something like that. But what you're saying is that it goes deeper into diagnosis than just a common cold or seasonal allergies, right?
There's a phenomenon called breathing pattern disorder,
Okay.
and it's not widely known about. And people basically develop restrictions in their breathing, physical restrictions. And yes, the asthma can be caused by environment, stress, emotions, restricted breathing, but basically breathing pattern disorder is really about the mechanics. It's really about a python wrapped around your chest. Like he's hungry. So
Okay.
he wants to get down to business. So what I learned was these people didn't know about this, and that really, I was working with people's breathing, and a tech guy came in and we did a session. He said, "This is incredible. You need a website." So I said, "What's a website?" 1997.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And he got me breathing.com. So that really began my focus.
Okay.
I was the only one in the world who had breathing.com. It was the best website on the internet
Yeah.
for breathing, And so over time, I began to, with the website, create tests, breathing tests. I discovered that there are skills around breathing, that it's not an abstraction. what happens between 100% breathing and 50% where you have asthma or COPD or something? It's not that God strikes you. It's not that, it's that you're doing something wrong. And what do you need to do right? And how do you measure that? How do you measure progress on a day-to-day basis? You go get an MRI every day, they're $2,000.
You treat
It's not going to happen.
Right.
And so what I did was begin to discern that there were certain skills around breathing. And on the website, in these breathing tests, we had a number count. And a number count is basically a parallel to forced exhalation volume in 1 second, which is how you measure breathing volume. It's how medical people measure breathing volume. But you couldn't do that over the internet. So I says, okay, take a big deep breath and count up to as high a number as you can get to. And I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Always being able to understand the number. If you stopped, I would know what number. We'd both know what number you just ended with. It's not 31, 32, it's got to be really clean,
coherent.
Clear. Right.
Okay.
How high a number can you get to? And so then the second one was about the breathing rate. How fast is your breathing? How often do you breathe?
Your
in a minute?
inhale and exhale, you mean?
No, inhale, exhale, pause. Your breathing rate. Inhale, exhale, pause. If you have a pause. Most people don't have a pause because they're too hyper. And that's where your nervous system rests.
During the pause.
During the pause.
Okay.
Inhale, exhale, rest. Now, you can't pause while you're running a race. We're talking about sitting, resting, breath.
Unless you plan on losing.
Yeah.
Football player knows that.
That's right. That's right.
So that the second one was about the breathing, about the breath rate. Then there's a pause. Do you have a pause or not? This is another question. Okay, and it's easy. These are easy for people to get online. And the fourth one was extended pause. Inhale naturally, exhale naturally, then don't breathe. How long can you not do that? How long can you hold it? It's not about breath holding. It's about taking your breath and holding. It's about inhale, exhale, pause, bottom of the pause, bottom of the exhale. How long can you do that? You better do it 45 seconds, and if you can do it 60 seconds, we're good. So what they did was then they said, okay, how many diagnosed illnesses do you have? And there was this long list of diagnosed illnesses. And so we
self-diagnosed or medically diagnosed?
Medically diagnosed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good question.
Okay.
Great question. Absolutely.
Okay.
Not that the paper boy said you got this,
Exactly. Okay. Because WebMD has changed all of that for people. Yeah.
So we begin to see that there were very significant correlations between people that had really good scores, really good FEV1 high number, and lack of diagnosed illnesses. Very poor scores and a plethora of diagnosed illnesses. So we ran the stats on that.
Right.
Okay.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
And then begin to create programs around that.
Okay.
What's gonna slow your breath rate down? Not holding your breath.
Right.
Right.
That's not fair. Then we begin to look at breathing as an engine. Most people understand car engines, okay? And these days, everything is like condition this, condition that, condition this, do this, run this, got this, like that. Conditioning is good, it's helpful, okay? But we want volume because the Framingham study, the FEV1, proved that breathing volume is the primary marker for how I'm going to live. It ain't conditioning, it's volume. You need a little conditioning, that's fine, but volume is the big deal. So we worked on ways to develop volume very quickly. One of the problems with breathing exercises is they take too long to stick. They take too long for people to get an aha. Oh, this is really helpful.
Right.
So I created a breathing kit, and the breathing kit has one of the things it has in it is a 12-foot long strap made out of seatbelt material, 2,000-pound test. And we show people how to wrap it around their chest and then exhale and tighten and breathe in like Superman trying to break the chain. And you're not going to break that 2,000-pound test. The point is that it begins to redirect your breathing pattern. This breathing pattern disorder begins to go from sympathetic chest down to parasympathetic abdominal.
Okay.
Just like that.
Right.
in minutes.
Wow.
Right.
In minutes. I worked on Mr. Universe Natural Division couple of years, Bijan Anjomi, and he went.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I know, right?
Say what?
I thought you were talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He was not natural. Yeah, no, Bijan, very much. I met him in a raw food congress.
Really?
So Bijan, yeah, he was there. you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we begin to. So the breathing kit was really created around. Breathing kit was really created around these ways to get your breathing better. You know, and it's like you do one breathing exercise. It's like Popeye. You know, he works on this arm here, and he's got this forearm, but the rest of him is, you know, skinny. You know?
Right.
And so you've got to do a multitude of varied breathing exercises. You know, variety is the spice of life.
Right.
Okay, so breath is life. What about variety of breathing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
that's the deal. You wanted a variety of breathing, so we've got several techniques, and we've got about 30 different exercises also. Different things for developing chest breath, back breath, belly breath, side breath. On belly breath, most people say, breathe in the belly, breathe in the belly. That's a good start, okay? But your lungs are a circle. Your diaphragm is a circle. Your rib cage is a circle. When you breathe into the belly, you breathe into an arc. You're missing 275, 300% of your breathing. So there are techniques around how do you access a breathing in a 360-degree circle? How do you do that?
When we come back from break, can you show us?
Sure.
Excellent. Family, we're here with Michael White. He is the breathing expert.
Absolutely.
The website is breathing.com. Be sure that you go there, take the test, and find out if you're going to die tomorrow or not. It'll be a wonderful revelation for you. Yes.
Get your affairs in order.
Exactly. Absolutely. Or you're going to live another 100 years.
If you're gonna die soon, go shopping. Get everything you always wanted.
That's right.
You just bet not.
Just put it on the credit card.
Yeah.
Right. Because then, you know,
Right.
after you pass away, you don't got to pay it back.
Right.
But then the heirs will end up having to pay for it because it'll transfer the debt down.
Right.
So that's when people pass away and then
Check
they
your
leave the
whole
debt.
family's breathing, and then it can just pass from one
Exactly.
to the next. So.
And if you're going to pass away because you don't know how to breathe, make sure that you increase the life insurance.
Hey, definitely
See,
want to
that
do
will
that.
fix it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
increase the life insurance. That will help to mitigate the stress and the pain that goes
Right.
along with you passing away because you chose not to take
breathe.
care of your health. You're tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community. We'll be right back.
See, did you need notes?
No, I love the
There
prompting
we
and the
go.
interplay.
I told you. It'll be everything you know.
I have a joke about breathing, if you want to put it on there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.